Question 1. What are the main principles set out in the Magna Carta of 1215? A. Absolute monarchy. B. Divine right of kings. C. Rights and liberties of the clergy and nobles. D. Centralization of church power. Answer. C. Rights and liberties of the clergy and nobles. The Magna Carta primarily established the rights and liberties of the clergy and nobles, limiting the king's power. Question 2. Detail the key provisions of the Bill of Rights, 1689. A. Establishment of parliamentary sovereignty. B. Abolition of the monarchy. C. Freedom of religion for all citizens. D. Centralization of military power. Answer. A. Establishment of parliamentary sovereignty. The Bill of Rights, 1689, established parliamentary sovereignty and limited the powers of the monarch. Question 3. Who was the British monarch during the 7 Years' War? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George II. C. King George III. D. King Henry VIII. Answer. C. King George III. King George III was the British monarch during the 7 Years' War. Question 4. Name the treaty that concluded the American War of Independence. A. Treaty of Versailles. B. Treaty of Paris. C. Treaty of Westminster. D. Treaty of London. Answer. B. Treaty of Paris. The Treaty of Paris concluded the American War of Independence. Question 5. What was the primary outcome of the Reform Act of 1832? A. Abolition of slavery. B. Women's suffrage. C. Expansion of the electoral franchise. D. Establishment of the Labour Party. Answer. C. Expansion of the electoral franchise. The primary outcome of the Reform Act of 1832 was the expansion of the electoral franchise. Question 6. Describe the main causes of the Chartist movement in the 19th century. A. Industrialization and workers' rights. B. Religious reforms. C. Colonial expansion. D. Monarchical succession. Answer. A. Industrialization and workers' rights. The Chartist movement was primarily caused by the impacts of industrialization and the demand for workers' rights. Question 7. What were the significant changes brought by the Great Reform Act of 1867? A. Establishment of the welfare state. B. Further expansion of the electoral franchise. C. Creation of the House of Lords. D. Abolition of child labour. Answer. B. Further expansion of the electoral franchise. The Great Reform Act of 1867 brought further expansion of the electoral franchise. Question 8. Name the primary British figure in negotiating the Treaty of Versailles. A. Winston Churchill. B. Neville Chamberlain. C. David Lloyd George. D. Clement Attlee. Answer. C. David Lloyd George. David Lloyd George was the primary British figure in negotiating the Treaty of Versailles. Question 9. Detail the main events of the general strike of 1926. A. Women's suffrage movement. B. Nationwide strike by workers. C. Anti-war protests. D. Agricultural reforms. Answer. B. Nationwide strike by workers. The general strike of 1926 was a major event characterized by a nationwide strike by workers. Question 10. What were the key factors leading to the creation of the NHS in 1948? A. Beveridge Report and public health needs. B. Industrialization and urbanization. C. World War II and the Blitz. D. Rise of the Labour Party. Answer: A. Beveridge Report and public health needs. The creation of the NHS in 1948 was influenced by the Beveridge Report and the public health needs highlighted by World War II. Question 11. Describe the Suez Crisis of 1956 and its impact on British foreign policy. A. Decolonization of Africa. B. Nationalization of the Suez Canal. C. Formation of the European Union. D. End of the Cold War. Answer: B. Nationalization of the Suez Canal. The Suez Crisis of 1956, involving the nationalization of the Suez Canal, significantly impacted British foreign policy, signalling a shift in global power. Question 12. What were the major outcomes of the decolonization process post-World War II? A. Expansion of the British Empire. B. Formation of the United Nations. C. Independence of many colonies. D. Rise of communism. Answer: C. Independence of many colonies. The major outcome of the decolonization process post-World War II was the independence of many British colonies. Question 13. Describe the main provisions of the Scotland Act 1998. A. Independence of Scotland. B. Establishment of the Scottish Parliament. C. Integration into the European Union. D. Abolition of the monarchy in Scotland. Answer: B. Establishment of the Scottish Parliament. The Scotland Act 1998 mainly provided for the establishment of the Scottish Parliament with devolved powers. Question 14. What were the key causes and outcomes of the Falklands War? A. Dispute over oil resources. B. Independence movement in Scotland. C. Territorial dispute with Argentina. D. Conflict with France over Channel Islands. Answer: C. Territorial dispute with Argentina. The Falklands War was caused by a territorial dispute with Argentina and resulted in the UK retaining sovereignty over the Falkland Islands. Question 15. Detail the main implications of the Good Friday Agreement for Northern Ireland. A. Integration into the Republic of Ireland. B. Establishment of devolved government. C. Withdrawal from the European Union. D. Abolition of the border with Ireland. Answer: B. Establishment of devolved government. The Good Friday Agreement primarily involved the establishment of a devolved government in Northern Ireland and measures to promote peace and cooperation. Question 16. Explain the primary reasons for the UK's initial entry into the European Economic Community. A. Strengthening military alliances. B. Economic growth and trade opportunities. C. Responding to the Cold War. D. Promoting the English language in Europe. Answer: B. Economic growth and trade opportunities. The primary reasons for the UK's entry into the European Economic Community were economic growth and trade opportunities. Question 17. What were the main arguments for and against Brexit in the 2016 referendum? A. Immigration control and sovereignty vs. economic stability and EU benefits. B. Environmental concerns vs. technological advancement. C. Monarchical power vs. parliamentary sovereignty. D. Military alliances vs. neutrality. Answer: A. Immigration control and sovereignty vs. economic stability and EU benefits. The main arguments for Brexit were immigration control and sovereignty, while against were economic stability and benefits of EU membership. Question 18. Detail the main points of the Climate Change Act 2008. A. Promotion of renewable energy. B. Legally binding emission reduction targets. C. Ban on fossil fuels. D. Establishment of national parks. Answer. B. Legally binding emission reduction targets. The Climate Change Act 2008 set legally binding emission reduction targets to tackle climate change. Question 19. Describe the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the UK's health and economy. A. Minor disruptions to healthcare and economy. B. Significant strain on the NHS and economic recession. C. Improvement in public health services. D. Increase in foreign investments. Answer. B. Significant strain on the NHS and economic recession. The COVID-19 pandemic had a significant impact, straining the NHS and causing an economic recession. Question 20. What are the key responsibilities and powers of the Prime Minister in the UK? A. Supreme judicial authority. B. Head of state and religious leader. C. Leading the government and policy making. D. Commander-in-Chief of the military. Answer. C. Leading the government and policy making. The Prime Minister's key responsibilities and powers include leading the government and policy making. Question 21. Explain the significance of the Battle of Britain in World War II. A. It marked the end of the war. B. It was the first major defeat of the Nazis. C. It was a crucial aerial battle for control of British skies. D. It led to the invasion of Britain. Answer. C. It was a crucial aerial battle for control of British skies. The Battle of Britain was significant as it was a crucial aerial battle that determined control of British skies during World War II. Question 22. Detail the main reforms introduced during the Victorian era. A. The abolition of slavery. B. The introduction of child labour laws. C. Women's suffrage. D. The establishment of the Commonwealth. Answer. B. The introduction of child labour laws. One of the main reforms during the Victorian era was the introduction of child labour laws. Question 23. What was the significance of the Battle of Agincourt in 1415? A. It marked the beginning of the English Renaissance. B. It was a major English victory in the 100 Years' War. C. It ended the Viking invasions of England. D. It led to the signing of the Magna Carta. Answer. B. It was a major English victory in the 100 Years' War. The Battle of Agincourt in 1415 was significant as a major English victory in the 100 Years' War. Question 24. Describe the historical significance of the Anglo-Saxon heptarchy. A. The establishment of the Church of England. B. The unification of 7 kingdoms in England. C. The beginning of the Norman conquest. D. The introduction of the feudal system. Answer. B. The unification of 7 kingdoms in England. The Anglo-Saxon heptarchy is historically significant for the unification of the 7 kingdoms that made up early English history. Question 25. What were the major social and economic impacts of the Black Death in the 14th century? A. Rapid industrialization. B. Major population decline and labour shortages. C. Expansion of the British Empire. D. The start of the Renaissance. Answer. B. Major population decline and labour shortages. The Black Death in the 14th century led to major population decline and labour shortages, significantly impacting society and economy. Question 26. Explain the role of the UK in the formation of the United Nations. A. The UK was opposed to its formation. B. The UK was a founding member. C. The UK joined after its establishment. D. The UK played a minor role. Answer: B. The UK was a founding member. The UK played a significant role as a founding member in the formation of the United Nations. Question 27. Detail the primary aims and outcomes of the Beveridge Report. A. To promote free trade. B. To establish the NHS. C. To address social welfare issues. D. To reform the education system. Answer: C. To address social welfare issues. The Beveridge Report aimed to address social welfare issues, leading to the establishment of the welfare state. Question 28. What was the significance of the Corn Laws in the 19th century? A. They promoted free trade. B. They restricted the import of grain. C. They abolished the feudal system. D. They established workers' rights. Answer: B. They restricted the import of grain. The Corn Laws were significant for restricting the import of grain, leading to debates on free trade. Question 29. Describe the impact of the Industrial Revolution on British society and economy. A. Decline in urbanisation. B. Shift from agrarian to industrial society. C. Decrease in technological innovation. D. Weakening of the British Empire. Answer: B. Shift from agrarian to industrial society. The Industrial Revolution had a profound impact, shifting Britain from agrarian to an industrial society. Question 30. Explain the significance of the Glorious Revolution of 1688. A. It established the Church of England. B. It led to the establishment of parliamentary sovereignty. C. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. D. It resulted in the abolition of the monarchy. Answer: B. It led to the establishment of parliamentary sovereignty. The Glorious Revolution of 1688 was significant for establishing parliamentary sovereignty over the monarchy. Question 31. What were the major causes and outcomes of the English Civil War? A. Disputes over religious freedoms. B. Conflict between the monarchy and Parliament. C. Battles over colonial territories. D. Economic crisis. Answer: B. Conflict between the monarchy and Parliament. The major causes and outcomes of the English Civil War were centred around the conflict between the monarchy and Parliament. Question 32. Detail the evolution of the British Empire from colonisation to decolonisation. A. Rapid expansion followed by gradual independence of colonies. B. Continuous growth without loss of territories. C. Limited to the European continent. D. Focused solely on trade, not territorial control. Answer: A. Rapid expansion followed by gradual independence of colonies. The British Empire evolved through rapid expansion and colonisation, followed by the gradual decolonisation and independence of colonies. Question 33. Explain the historical significance of the Anglo-Irish Treaty of 1921. A. It ended the Irish War of Independence. B. It began the 100 Years' War. C. It established the United Kingdom. D. It was part of the Treaty of Versailles. Answer: A. It ended the Irish War of Independence. The Anglo-Irish Treaty of 1921 is historically significant as it ended the Irish War of Independence and led to the creation of the Irish Free State. Question 34. What was the impact of the Great Fire of London in 1666? A. It led to the English Renaissance. B. It resulted in major urban redevelopment. C. It marked the end of the British Empire. D. It initiated the Industrial Revolution. Answer B. It resulted in major urban redevelopment. The Great Fire of London in 1666 had a significant impact, leading to major urban redevelopment and modernization of the city. Question 35. Describe the main causes and outcomes of the Peasants Revolt in 1381. A. Religious reform and establishment of the Church of England. B. High taxes and economic hardships. C. The abolition of the feudal system. D. Battles for land and territory. Answer B. High taxes and economic hardships. The Peasants' Revolt in 1381 was primarily caused by high taxes and economic hardships. Question 36. What were the significant effects of the Acts of Union 1707 on Scotland and England? A. They established the Commonwealth. B. They led to the English Civil War. C. They unified Scotland and England into Great Britain. D. They initiated the Industrial Revolution. Answer C. They unified Scotland and England into Great Britain. The Acts of Union 1707 had a significant effect by unifying Scotland and England into the Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 37. Explain the role and significance of Winston Churchill during World War II. A. He was a general in the British Army. B. He was a key figure in the peace negotiations. C. He was the Prime Minister leading Britain through the war. D. He was a pacifist advocating for non-involvement. Answer C. He was the Prime Minister leading Britain through the war. Winston Churchill played a significant role as the Prime Minister who led Britain through World War II. Question 38. Detail the key social and political changes in the UK during the 20th century. A. The decline of the feudal system. B. Transition from empire to Commonwealth. C. The establishment of absolute monarchy. D. The end of industrialization. Answer B. Transition from empire to Commonwealth. Key social and political changes in the UK during the 20th century included the transition from an empire to a commonwealth of nations. Question 39. What are the main functions of the British Parliament? A. To enforce judicial decisions. B. To execute laws and policies. C. To legislate and scrutinise government. D. To lead the military. Answer C. To legislate and scrutinise government. The main functions of the British Parliament are to legislate, pass laws, and scrutinise the work of the government. Question 40. Explain the significance of the English Reformation under Henry Versailles. A. It led to the independence of Scotland. B. It resulted in the establishment of the Church of England. C. It initiated the Glorious Revolution. D. It ended the Tudor dynasty. Answer B. It resulted in the establishment of the Church of England. The significance of the English Reformation under Henry Versailles was the establishment of the Church of England, breaking away from the Roman Catholic Church. Question 41. Describe the main causes and effects of the housing crisis in post-World War I Britain. A. War damage and population growth. B. Industrial decline and economic recession. C. The introduction of the welfare state. D. Decolonization and loss of empire. Answer A. War damage and population growth. The main causes of the housing crisis in post-World War II Britain were war damage and rapid population growth. Question 42. What was the impact of Margaret Thatcher's policies on the UK economy and society? A. Strengthened trade unions and welfare state. B. Privatisation and reduction of state intervention. C. Expansion of the British Empire. D. Establishment of the National Health Service. Answer. B. Privatisation and reduction of state intervention. Margaret Thatcher's policies significantly impacted the UK economy and society through privatisation and reduction of state intervention. Question 43. Explain the significance of the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. A. It led to the independence of American colonies. B. It marked the defeat of Napoleon by British-led forces. C. It started the English Civil War. D. It resulted in the establishment of the United Nations. Answer. B. It marked the defeat of Napoleon by British-led forces. The significance of the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 was that it marked the defeat of Napoleon by British-led forces, ending his rule. Question 44. Detail the main challenges faced by the UK during the Cold War era. A. Decolonization and managing the transition to the Commonwealth. B. Industrialization and urbanization. C. The threat of Viking invasions. D. The establishment of a parliamentary democracy. Answer. A. Decolonization and managing the transition to the Commonwealth. During the Cold War era, the UK faced challenges related to decolonization and managing the transition from an empire to a Commonwealth. Question 45. What were the major cultural and social changes in the UK during the 1960s? A. The beginning of the Industrial Revolution. B. The rise of youth culture and social liberalism. C. The establishment of the Church of England. D. The end of World War II. Answer. B. The rise of youth culture and social liberalism. The 1960s in the UK were marked by major cultural and social changes, including the rise of youth culture and social liberalism. Question 46. Explain the historical significance of the Roman occupation of Britain. A. It marked the beginning of the British Empire. B. It introduced new systems of government and infrastructure. C. It led to the establishment of the United Nations. D. It ended the Viking Age in Britain. Answer. B. It introduced new systems of government and infrastructure. The Roman occupation of Britain is historically significant for introducing new systems of government, infrastructure, and culture. Question 47. What was the role of the UK in the abolition of the slave trade? A. The UK was the last country to abolish the slave trade. B. The UK played a leading role in abolishing the slave trade. C. The UK had no involvement in the abolition movement. D. The UK opposed the abolition of the slave trade. Answer. B. The UK played a leading role in abolishing the slave trade. The UK was instrumental in the abolition of the slave trade, particularly with the Slave Trade Act of 1807. Question 48. Describe the evolution and importance of the Commonwealth. A. A military alliance formed during World War II. B. A cultural organisation promoting British arts. C. A political union of European nations. D. An association of nations, many former British colonies. Answer. D. An association of nations, many former British colonies. The Commonwealth is an association of nations, most of which are former territories of the British Empire, emphasizing cooperation and shared values. Question 49. detail the main factors leading to the rise and fall of the British Empire. A. Exploration, trade, colonization, and subsequent decolonization. B. The signing of the Magna Carta and the English Civil War. C. The Industrial Revolution and World War I. D. The formation of the European Union and the Brexit vote. Answer. A. Exploration, trade, colonization, and subsequent decolonization. The rise and fall of the British Empire were driven by exploration, trade, colonization, and the subsequent movement towards decolonization. Question 50. Explain the significance of the Judicial Reform Act 2005. A. It established the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. B. It introduced the jury system in British courts. C. It abolished the death penalty in the UK. D. It created the position of the Prime Minister. Answer. A. It established the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. The Judicial Reform Act 2005 is significant for establishing the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom, thereby changing the judicial system.